I'll give it a few minutes. Robert Sullivan, how you doing, Robert? It's been a while. Rebstar, welcome back. Yeah, thank you. You know, that's the problem with these darn sites, the technical issues, and we do our best to figure it out. What's up, Mike? Hope all is well. Yeah, things are good. All right, people are coming back. Good, loyal followers here. Thank you. It's working now. Carl from Connecticut. I have a sister that lives there. Enjoy the state. Good to see you, Michael. Hope all is well, my friend. All is good. Who's that? Joey D. Yeah, Joey. Everything good? It's been a while, my friend. I hope you're coming back on a new platform, on the membership platform, brother. Okay, you're back. All right, people are coming in. All good. Have you watched the Penguin Show? Not yet, but I'm going to. I was just basically informed about it. I hear it's pretty good. So I'll get into it. And when I do, I'm going to do a review on it. How many of you enjoying Tulsa King? You guys liking it? People ask me about it. I did a review of the first season. I thought it was great. I think Stallone is doing a good job. And it's good to have a different take on the mob genre. Trust me. Anyway, I was explaining, somebody had asked me, I think we had a question about the television series On My Life. And, you know, you hate to give dates and times because this industry is so crazy. But I promise you this, there will be one coming out next year. I think it's going to be a feature film first. It looks like that's going to be going first. And then the series, if the feature film does well, the series will follow. I'm going to have a script on the feature by Thanksgiving. I've been working very closely with the writer so far. I think he's very talented. I like what I hear and the scenes that he's described. Understand it's very hard when they're taking a life story and trying to compress it into, 100 some odd pages. It's tough. So, but he's doing a great job. And I do believe this will be in production at the early part of next year. It's looking really good. And I hate when I give dates and then it doesn't happen. People, what's happening? That's this business. Do you know that the average amount of time, I will tell you this, from the time a script is actually developed until people are sitting in the theaters watching the movie is 13 years. That's the average amount of time. So this producer that I'm working with now, that's very well funded, he used to be part of the Weinstein Company. Don't hold that against him. He was a big part of that company, but he didn't have anything to do in that way with Harvey Weinstein. But he's a very credible producer. And he said, Michael, I'm going to get this done in 13 months. And that's the time frame that he's on. And I think he's going to get it done. When I say 13 months, it'll be in production next year. And then I'm going to talk about it. And then some of my followers are going to get some special perks with respect to this film. I promise you that. The series to follow, there'll be even more. Okay, so let me do this. Let me get to some of the comments and then we'll get to some of the questions. How's that? Okay, Michael Franzese, how are we doing today? Your family, God bless you. Everything's good. Thank you. These things come by so fast. God bless you and your family. Happy got you from the Mafia. Thank you, my friend. Again, the Bible study I was talking about, let me mention it again for those of you that may not have heard it or they're just coming back again. michaelfranzese.com/Bible study. No spaces, michaelfranzese.com/Bible study. The first one will be on October 2nd. That's this coming Wednesday, a week from today, actually. And then we'll be doing the first Wednesday and the last Wednesday of every month. I guarantee you're going to be encouraged by this. Like I said, not hitting you over the head with the Bible, and I'm not trying to make a holy roller out of you. I'm going to be dealing with issues that you're all going through. And there is a biblical perspective on how to deal with these things. And then there's a practical perspective on how we interpret scripture. And I guarantee you it's going to be a help to all of you. I promise you that. So if you want, jump on. Okay, michaelfranzese.com/Bible study. Jump on and just put your email address in. There's no fee for this, nothing. It's a free deal that I'm dedicating my time to twice a month. Okay, hello, Michael. Would you ever do a sit down with Robert F. Kennedy Jr.? Absolutely. As a matter of fact, that was proposed to me, and it might just happen. I missed him. He was in Vegas, and I left the day before. I was going to wait for him, but I couldn't. I had to go because I had another engagement. But it may happen. We're trying to line it up. Absolutely, I would sit with him, no doubt. I enjoy your content on YouTube and Rumble. Looking forward to the Bible study. Nelson A., thank you very much. And like I said, I think you get a lot out of it. Again, October 5th in Vegas. We're going to put the link up. It's going to be in the chat here, I believe, to get on. But let me tell you what it is. I can read it off to you. Let me see here. Yikes, again tomorrow. Okay. It's innercirclelive.com dash connect. innercirclelive.com/connect. If you want to come and we're going to have a 5-hour session with myself, John Maxwell, on leadership, business, and a lot of personal issues. It's going to be a great mastermind for the day. And then that night, with a select few of people, and you could be one of them, I'm going to take you to dinner in one of my favorite Italian restaurants in Las Vegas. You're going to be having Franzese wine on the house. And so I hope to see many of you there. Okay. The other thing is I have a new platform, michaelfranzese.com/family. Again, it's going to be in here. If you're interested in having more personal contact with me through Zoom calls, through certain courses that I created, through events where we all get together and share some time, maybe for a weekend, maybe for a day. We're planning all of this out. It's going to be great. But, listen, I'm a people person. I love to be of encouragement and benefit to all of you and just have a good time. So if you're interested in that, again, look in the chat, michaelfranzese.com/family, because it's all about family. Okay. Vlad, let me see. Yes, innercirclelive.com. That's for the October 5th event. I don't want to hit you with all these things, but I got to get it out. Michael Franzese, how are you doing today? Your family? Oh, I read that already. Mike, hope all is well. Can you do a video on guys in your crew? Can you tell us some of the guys you didn't like in the Columbos or didn't really get along with? I can do that. If that's something interesting to you, yes. I had a big crew. I had a couple of colorful guys. Yes, I can do a video. Thank you. Whenever you have an idea of content, just put it in here. I'm going to be doing more of these YouTube lives. I want to get to know you a little better. I want to have a little more personal contact with you in this way. So yeah, send me a message, put it in here, and we'll try to get that kind of contact. If it's appropriate, we'll do it. I have so much respect for you, Michael. Can you expand on Trump's involvement with the mob? People, Trump didn't have an involvement like people think. He was a builder, a contractor, a developer. So did he deal with us with the unions? Yes, he did. There's no question. It wasn't him personally most of the time. It was his people. He had to deal with us, just like Gutterman, just like all the other developers. They had to deal with us because we controlled the unions and they couldn't get anything done properly if they didn't deal with us. Now, Trump did have Roy Cohn as a lawyer, and Roy Cohn did represent a few people. I knew Roy well. He did represent Tony Salerno and a couple of guys. But I want you to understand Trump was not controlled by the mob. He was not. So please get that out of your head. And if he was, I would tell you, hey, I don't think that would hurt him, in his presidential run. Why should it? Why would it? I don't think it would. So, but please, he didn't have that much involvement with us. And he certainly wasn't controlled by us, wasn't paying us off. He did the thing with the unions like everybody else did. Ciao, Michael. Can you please cover Gomorrah, the Napolitano TV show for Mob Movie Monday? Yeah, I can do that. I've been asked to do that before. I think we're going to get back to Mob Movie Mondays. And let me ask you this. Since there are only so many mob movies we can cover, how about if I do some other movies that have something to do with crime that I can cover, that I think that are good ones? There's a few of them out there. Some of them are prison related. If you would like that, let me know in the chat. Let me know in a message. And yes, we'll do that also. And you'll get my perspective on these films. My husband and I loved meeting you and your wife in Riverbank. Oh, yeah, that was a great day. We were at a Save Mart store doing a bottle signing. We met a lot of people in Riverbank. Yeah, we enjoyed meeting you also, too. Thank you very much. Michael, want to hear more about Christ and your supernatural faith? We'll get into that also, people. Remember this, on YouTube, there's certain things you got to be careful of because they will shut you down. There's no question about it. They've shut down people that I know, and they have shadow banned me a few times. I know that for a fact. So you got to be careful. It's a shame. We shouldn't be censored, but we are. That's just the reality of it. It's one of the reasons why I went to the Rumble platform. And of course, on X, Musk, he allows you to speak your mind. So we don't have a problem there. but you can only give a 2 minute, talk on X. But we'll do the best we can. But go to my tomorrow night. We're going to be answering questions. We're going to do a full Q&A tomorrow night at 5 p.m. on michaelfranzese.com slash, I believe it's slash family. Vlad, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what it is. And then we'll answer a lot of questions, and I can speak openly and freely about a lot of things. And, I can really speak my heart and my mind. And again, if you follow me on Rumble, you'll see that. Michael, I love your movie reviews. Joey D, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I have you followed on Rumble and YouTube. Get around the censorship. Yes, Rumble, you can get around it. These posters, The Godfather, what is the one behind you? Will you ever come to Youngstown, Ohio? I've been to Youngstown many times. Boom Boom Mancini is a good friend of mine. As you know, he's living there now. He used to live in L.A., but I've been to Youngstown many times. Good city, good town, I should say. Love the people there. And yeah, I'm sure I'll be back. Is there made guys in Australia? There are. Australia's more the Calabrese mob there. But yes, they are made guys. And I did meet a few of them when I was in town, when I was doing a speaking tour. And actually, they treated me quite well. And hey, there's still a mutual respect there, my friends. Did you enjoy visiting the Vatican recently? Why or why not? Can you tell us some more about it? I really enjoyed seeing the Vatican. It's amazing what a beautiful town it is, city it is. It's its own independent country, actually. I did see the Sistine Chapel. I did go through the museum there. I can tell you this, people. The artwork is absolutely brilliant. That's an era of brilliance that we will never see again. Just the craftsmanship, the work, it's unbelievable. And you have to visit it. If you haven't seen it, put it on your bucket list. Doesn't matter what faith you are. You just got to see the beauty of the city and the brilliance and the talent of the people that created, these sculptures and the paintings and just the architecture. It's unbelievable. I enjoyed it. It was my third time at the Vatican. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. No question. Thank you for answering our questions. Very humble. Okay. I think I got a couple more here. Let me see. All right. Yes, it's michaelfranzese.com/family. If you go on there tomorrow night, we're going to be doing a full Q&A at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And ask me anything that you want, and we'll go through and we'll answer as many questions as we possibly can, without a doubt. Okay. Michael, did the country run better when the mafia was in control? Look, I can tell you this, a lot of the cities and the communities and the neighborhoods that we were in, yes, there was no crime in them. We took care of business. Nobody would dare do anything wrong in our towns. When we were running the unions, properties got built, construction went on as usual. Everything went okay. Was there times when there was extortionate stuff going on? Yeah, it's part of the life. There's no question about it. But I can tell you this, I really mean this. There were certain guys I knew in that life that if we were in control of the government, it would be run better than it's run now. I can tell you that. There's no question. We have such an inefficient federal government at this point in time right now. It's terrible. And again, I can get into this more on my own platform. So I'm going to leave it at that for the moment. Any stories about the Colorado, Dallas, Houston, Seattle, and San Jose families? I have a few. Yeah, I can talk about that. That's something that we can do. Okay. Let me see if I have any more questions coming in from my team. Do I have a favorite town to visit in Italy? Oh, we were just in Tuscany, absolutely beautiful, in Florence, in Rome, obviously. I love the Isle of Capri, we should call it. I've been there a few times, really enjoy it. Lake Como, sensational. Every place that I've been to, the Amalfi Coast has been just so beautiful. You can't find a bad restaurant. The food is absolutely sensational. I have nothing but good things to say about Italy. I haven't been to Sicily yet, and I haven't been to Sardinia. And those two places are probably where I'm going to go next year. I try to get to Italy at least once a year. I'm thinking of even about becoming an Italian citizen, and have dual citizenship as I get older. Who knows? It's my homeland. Well, America's my homeland, but it's the homeland of my ancestry. and I love it there. So I would never spend full time there, but to go back and forth, I think would be nice. Yeah. Michael, have you had a Chicago Italian beef sandwich? Of course I had, and it's delicious. Chicago's food is great. I'm not as thrilled with their pizza. I don't like the deep dish as much. I love our own pizza slices; is terrific. But yeah, Chicago's got great food. It's a great town, great city. It's a shame what's going on there on the weekends. We got to get hold of that. We got to preserve that city. I have a lot of friends there, and they don't like what's going on. It's dangerous, and we got to fix it. Hey, Michael, did you still have plans to do a video with your brother? Absolutely. That will be coming up soon. My brother and I will be getting together, and I think it's going to be something all of you should hear. You know, it's a family tragedy story in some ways. I'm not proud of it, but it's the truth. I want you to hear what my brother went through. And, you know, there was a time when my brother and I didn't talk to him. I was upset with what he did with my dad. But we started to talk, and I still don't agree with it. Don't get me wrong. I don't agree with what he did with it, but I kind of understand what he went through. And I know some people will frown on me saying that, but it's my kid brother. I love him. I raised that kid in many ways. And to see what he went through emotionally and physically and every other way was heartbreaking. And we are going to have that sit down. I was waiting for him to be ready. He's ready to do that. So that'll be coming up before the end of the year. That much I promise you. Okay, because Chicago can get wild. I got robbed at the Greyhound station. Yeah, Chicago needs help. We got to get law enforcement there. We got to empower them to do their job again. Whatever it takes, we got to clean up that beautiful city. The same way we got to clean up San Francisco. It's a disaster in many ways. Okay, the same way we got to clean up LA and so many cities around the country that have been just been hurt by what's going on at the border, by the defunding the police, by the soft on crime stuff. It's no good, people. All right, let me answer this. Hey, Michael, since you like Mafia films, what do you have a favorite pirate film like Treasure Island, Pirates of the Caribbean? I love the Pirates of the Caribbean, at least the first two. I don't know if I saw, I think there's something after that. I don't know if I saw that, but Johnny Depp was terrific in that. Everybody was good, and cinematography was great. Yeah, I love that. I really enjoyed it. The government needs to be cleaned up, man. You're not kidding me, man. Catch me on Rumble. What was your relationship like with the Mexican mafia convicts in prison, Lompoc to Terminal? I got along well with them. You know, listen, culturally, they're different. My wife is Mexican, so I understand the culture. I met many of them in her family, but I got along with them. I had no problem with anybody in prison. I got along with everybody. So yeah, whoever they were, and you know, who am I to judge them? I was in there. I was a criminal too. So we're all doing our time, trying to pay our debt to society, hopefully clean up our act, get out and do the right thing. Okay, let me see if they gave me any more questions here. Hang on a minute. All right, I want you guys to tell me this now. Hold on. 052751. Michael, did the mafia ever interact with the IRA? Not here in America. Not that I know of. I've never heard of that. We did deal with the Irish mob in New York, the Westies, a fellow by the name of Jimmy Coonan. I was pretty friendly with him and a couple of the other guys, and we did work with them. So, yeah, but I don't know anything about the IRA, and I doubt it. I really doubt it. Will Evans here. Did you ever? Oh, let me see. Did you ever do business with blacks on the street? Love the wine and excited to have dinner with you soon. Thank you, Urban Legend. I appreciate it. Yeah, I did business with them, of course. You know, especially in the music business, but I had no problem. Look, there's this thing, you know, I'm going to tell you what happened. In The Godfather, if you remember that one scene when they were all sitting down at the table and they were talking about, you know, Don Corleone was talking about Sonny getting killed, and they were trying to patch things up. And one guy gets up and says something negative about the blacks. From that one scene, everybody started to believe that the mafia was prejudiced against blacks, that we were racist. Absolutely not true. Not true at all. We dealt with people, with people of all races and colors if we wanted to. It was not a problem. We weren't racist, you know, at all. I mean, I knew Marvin Gaye. I knew a lot of the black guys. We got along well. So this is a lot of nonsense that you hear. It's propaganda. It's BS. It's coming from Democrats, whoever it's come from. We were not racist, you know, not to the degree that everybody thinks the whole mafia was racist. Not true at all. Hey, listen, You have individuals in every walk of life, that might have a chip on their shoulder for something, but don't look at like Cosa Nostra and Mafia racist against blacks. Absolutely not true. Greg Mitchell, how you doing, Greg? Okay, up, you're gone. Michael, did you enjoy the tour in the UK? I did and I didn't. I mean, I love being in front of people, and I thank all those that supported us. But they tried to ban me from the country because I had visited with the Tates, and they called me the misogynist and all this kind of stuff. They made it very difficult. They tried to cancel our tour dates. We did every single date, but they put a lot of extra pressure on the team. But we pulled it off. I mean, every date went great, and there was my second tour in the United Kingdom, but what they did there, the government, was totally uncalled for. It was ridiculous. You're going to watch Penguin for Mob Movie Monday? Yes, I am. Promise you. I'm going to watch Penguin. I'm going to start it. I'm just finishing watching Monsters on Netflix about Lyle and Eric Menendez, the two young men that killed their parents way back in, I think it was 89. Now, the reason I'm going to give you a perspective on it, because I spent 11 months in solitary in the cell next to Lyle Menendez, Eric Menendez too for a time. They moved Eric after a while, but I got to know Lyle and Eric pretty well. So I'm going to give you my perspective on the entire Monsters series, and I encourage you to watch it. It's very interesting. It's very sad. Watch it, and I'll tell you what I believe to be true, not true. I'll give you my perspective. That's coming up soon on YouTube. Hi from LA. I also recommend The Deuce from HBO for Mob Movie Monday. Okay, I like that. The Deuce sounds good. I heard it was a great series. What was your paranoia like after you decided to walk away? It wasn't paranoia because I knew what I was going to face, and there's a lot more that happened behind the scenes that I haven't really talked about and revealed people. But I want you to know that I engineered something. This wasn't just off the cuff, hey, I'm walking away and whatever happens, happens. I knew what I was doing, and I engineered it in such a way that I would not be hurting any one of my former associates. I would not be testifying against them in any trials. I would not be giving any information that would put them in prison. And I know there's some people in the genre that like to knock that and call me names and all of that. Doesn't matter. They are what they are. But trust me when I tell you, I engineered it. So, yeah, I had trouble at times and I understood why, but I was able to overcome it. Maybe someday I'll reveal it. I don't know. There's a lot of personal stuff in there, but we'll see what happens. The original Scarface. There's only one Scarface. I didn't know there was a remake. No, there was more than one, and I love the one with Pacino. I thought he did a great job. It was a great movie. Michael, any plans for coming to Houston, Texas? Yes, I was in Houston not too long ago. We will be selling our wine in Albertsons. We now have a distributor in all of Texas. And I think, Albertsons, their base of operation is in Houston. So I'm sure I'll be visiting them again. But yes, I'll be there. I love Texas. I've done more speaking in the state of Texas than anywhere in the world. Okay, Michael, any new book projects you are working on after the bestseller, The Mafia Democracy? No books right now. I've been so busy with Franzese wine, with all the stuff that I do online, with Slices, that we're going to have some exciting announcements pretty soon on Slices, and just all my traveling. I've really been very, very busy, and I can't sit down and focus on another book at the moment. Maybe a year from now, hopefully, if things quiet down. Hey, Michael, do you speak Italian? I don't speak Italian. I understand more than I speak. I used to speak it a lot more in New York around my grandfather and my father, but nobody out here talks Italian. And then, I've been out here 30 some odd years. So, I forget a lot. When I get to Italy and they talk to me a little bit, I start to bring it back and I can communicate a little bit, but I can't say that I'm fluent at all in the language. Mike, my daughter appreciates the autograph. Her youth group is inspired by your story of redemption. Okay, I'm not sure who that is, but if I gave an autograph, I'm glad she appreciates it, and my pleasure to do it. Any plans on another UK tour? Probably. They're talking about it now, and I will be going to Australia again for another tour. I'll see how it goes. And like I said, I've been really busy. I'm trying to cut down a little bit on the travel and the speaking, but I think it'll be a part of my life until God says, "Hey, you're unable to do that anymore." But I do love meeting and speaking with people. I enjoy it. Michael, can you interview a Christian preacher like Nicky Cruz or Jimmy Swaggart? I can. I don't know. You know, Nicky Cruz, I know people that know him well. And Jimmy Swaggart, I mean, I have nothing against him. Don't get me wrong. Um, but I'm not sure if it fits the platform, but we'll see. I'm open to almost anything. Please visit India one day. Very, very interesting, people. I don't know if it's going to happen, but we were contacted by a major group in India to bring our wine into India. And it's in progress right now. To me, no deal is done until it's a done deal, but it's in progress right now and it's moving along. And I could quite possibly be making an announcement that we will be coming to India, because if they do accept the deal, they're going to want us to come, me and my partner, to launch our wine in India. So we'll see what happens. I'll be excited about that. Which two Italian restaurants do you recommend in Anaheim, California? Oh my gosh. You know, there's one in Anaheim. It's actually in Anaheim Hills. I'm trying to think of the name of it now because I haven't been there a while since I moved out of there 7 or 8 years ago. You know what? Let me think about it. I forget the name, but it's really good. Oh, gosh. It bothers me that I can't think of it. But anyway, I'm not great with names, people. I don't retain them that well. But there are at least one good one that I know of. I just want to ask you if you know a country called Nepal. If you know a country called Nepal, Cruz, many people don't know us. I don't. I'm sorry, but if you can send me some information on it or fill me in, you know, I love to learn about new places. You know, we visited Croatia recently. I didn't know anything about Croatia. I loved it. The city of Dubrovnik, amazing. We had such a great 6 days there. What a beautiful country. Hey, would you ever consider making a video of business about interactions in general, interacting with people? I would, but I would recommend that you jump on our new platform. We made this platform so it's available to everybody. michaelfranzese.com/family. Jump on it right now. michaelfranzese.com/family. You want a lot of me, you're going to get a lot of me. We did this platform. It was an experiment. It was called the Inner Circle about 2 years ago. I only did it for a year, but the results were outstanding. Not only did they get a lot of me, and we put courses in there, we did Zoom calls, we actually visited on a yacht, we had times together. It was wonderful. But the people bonded together on their own and they became friends, and some of them did business together. Many of them now are so excited they're jumping back onto this platform now. michaelfranzese.com/family. Go on there if you can. If this is something for you, give it a shot. I think you'll enjoy it. I really mean it. And we made it available to everybody. There isn't anybody that's listening to this or watching this right now that couldn't be a member. I guarantee you. So give it a shot. Is there anything in the Bible that you recommend for a young man struggling to get his life together? Yes. Please come on the Bible study. michaelfranzese.com/Bible study this Wednesday. October 2nd at 5 p.m. Pacific time will be the first one. I'm going to do an overview that night to tell you what it is we're going to be helping you with. I'm going to cite a couple of Bible verses that deal with incidents like this that you're dealing with. And I'm telling you, it's going to be an encouragement. People, look, you know what? This is what turned my life around. I spent 29 months and 7 days in solitary. If it wasn't for the scripture, for the Bible, that I just absorbed like a sponge, I wouldn't have come out of there the way I did. I would have been more resentful, more angry. It turned my life around. And here I am through every challenge and everything going on in my life, and, you know, contracts and people upset and the government, everything, and issues with family and everything. Here I am, still standing, and I attribute it to my faith in the Lord and his having a plan and a purpose for me. And that's what you all need to understand. Okay, let me answer this. Do you know the Lagnini family? I do not. I'm sorry. I do not know them. Okay, where are we going now? Any quick advice for someone thinking about starting a small business? Yes. Number one, do you have a plan? Number two, are you well financed? Number three, have you done your research? When I say a plan, a business plan that you write down and you think this all out in advance and you cover every single base and you make sure it's good. You go over it. You go over it once, twice, 10 times. You get somebody, get their advice on it, and make sure it's something that you say, okay, this is something I can do, and then follow that plan. That's my initial advice. And there's so much more, obviously, I will give you, but that's my initial advice. If you have a plan, you got to have a business plan, and you got to flush it out, and you got to make sure you have the financing. Small business is tough, especially in this environment in many states. Start a small business in California, you got a rough job. They tax you to death, they regulate you to death, they license you to death. It's tough. You got to be well prepared. And not only in California, New York and other states the same. So this is something that we'll be getting into on October 5th with myself and John Maxwell. Leadership, business, personal issues. That's it. Do you ever attend the Art Laho old concerts in California, Nevada? No, I have not. I'm sorry, Art LeBeau. I'm sorry, I have not. I think the new Franzese family platform on school is going to be a great rebirth, a new beginning for the inner circle. I enjoyed sharing on the inner circle, been on there. Eric Dillman, very, very talented young artist. He was a member of the family in our inner circle. He's now jumping on our membership platform. Eric, I guarantee you this is going to be even better. I'm in a position in life where I have more time, more headspace to devote to this, and more of a commitment. So thank you for jumping back on, and thank you for leaving this. And people, again, jump on. I think it's something you're going to enjoy. We know what? We need family. We need community. We need fellowship. That's what we need. It's great to be part of a group, a family, a team, a community. It's great to be part of it. Like-minded people where you can go for advice, you can go for help, you can go for fellowship. It's important. We need that. It's something that's lacking now in the United States. This country is so divided, so divisive. We got to fix it, people. Okay, I got 7 more minutes. So let me go through a couple more. Your voice reminds me of Billy Bob Thornton from Fargo. Okay, well, that's a compliment. I like that. Tomorrow is Tomorrow is my team is yelling at me. Tomorrow is the real Q&A, people. Again, michaelfranzese.com/family. We're going to do at 5 p.m. tomorrow. That's the real Q&A where you can ask me anything. I'm going to get into subject matter that I couldn't get into now on YouTube because I told you got problems with YouTube if you express yourself in an agenda that they don't want to hear. But and listen, when I talk to you people, I want you to understand something. It's not about politics for me, Republican, independent, Democrat, whatever. We need the right people in office that are going to do the right job for each one of us and for our families and for all the citizens and for our country, both domestically and abroad. We live in a very dangerous world right now. We need the right people in office, and we have issues that we need to deal with and talk about. That's it. It's a shame that politics controls these things, but that's just the way of the world. But we'll talk about it. We'll get into those discussions. So, okay, I'm going to wrap it up because we're going to save everything for tomorrow. Amen, Michael. Community and fellowship. The good book is the good place to start. Community and fellowship. I grew up in a neighborhood, people. We never locked our doors at night. We never had to shut our windows. If my sisters were walking home at 1:00 in the morning, some of the guys would walk them to the door to make sure they got in, even though they didn't need to, because it was a community. It was a family. It was fellowship. That's what we're lacking. We got to bring that back. We got to instill that in our young people. And that's what we can do on this platform. michaelfranzese.com/family. Go to it, and michaelfranzese.com/Bible study. Please, this Wednesday, first one, I guarantee you, jump in. Again, go register right now. You have to register, otherwise you won't be able to get in. And we'll be announcing through the registration where it's going to be. It's not going to be on YouTube, not going to be on Rumble. We're going to put it on our own platform so that we don't have any technical issues, hopefully, and that more people can jump on. All right. Okay. Look, I'm going to have to end it. Let me see what my guys are saying. Yes. We're going to have to end it. Save all your questions. Come back tomorrow, please. I hope 5:00 is a good time for you on the West Coast. And that's 8:00 for you after dinner on the East Coast. And, of course, 7:00 in the Midwest. And for wherever you are all over the world, I don't know. But, for those of you that stay up or jump on real early in the morning, I appreciate it very much. And one other thing, if you watch me on YouTube, you'll see in my studio the canvas that we have with the 51 most influential, well, I should say 50. The artist put me in there also just as a thank you for giving him all the names that I thought were relevant over a 100-year period in Cosa Nostra. But it's an amazing, amazing canvas. People have asking me about it. Where can we buy it? What can we do? I'll talk about that too tomorrow night. We do now have a website where if you want to purchase one of these or some of the other items, and that's by popular demand. We did not intend to sell these initially. We really didn't. I think several months ago we went on and people were asking about it, so we created some, and people, we sold to a couple, but it's not something we've been doing consistently at all. But now I think because the holidays are coming, people may want to give it as gifts or put it in their office, or it's a conversation piece, whatever. So I'll be talking about that too if anybody's interested. All right. Good night, my guy. God bless you and your family. Listen, God bless everybody. And I'm going to leave you the same way on this live like I leave on my YouTubes. Please be safe, people. Please. For those of you that, got concerns in your community, please be safe, especially the ladies. Be healthy. I was at the doctor's today. They have this new thing. They said that I have a 14% chance of having a heart attack in the next 10 years, which is pretty good. But my doctor said, we're going to get that down to 1%. People, you got to take care of yourself. You got one life to live. You got to take care of yourself. It's important. So be safe, be healthy. I happen to be pretty healthy. Praise God for that. My dad, as you know, lived to 103. We got some good genes. So hopefully that's a good sign for me. Be safe, be healthy. And yes, I mean this. God bless each and every one of you. God bless your family. God bless your loved ones, the community that you live in. And yes, God bless America. I'll see you all tomorrow night, 5 p.m. Okay. Go right now and register michaelfranzese.com/family. Register for this, and I'll see you. And hopefully I'll see a bunch of you on the Bible study on Tuesday night. God bless you. Signing off. Take care.